What's up, Aries? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot, here to look at your week ahead starting April 28th, 2025. Aries, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. So we're just going to shuffle this deck here. And this deck, by the way, is going to be listed in the description box if anyone wants to know which deck I'm using. Not reading in reversals intentionally. Going to cleanse the energies here from doing Pisces messages for the week, and we shall begin your messages. So, what's coming up for my Rams? What's happening potentially for Aries this week? Potential energy for Aries, I should say. What's there to look out for? Look forward to. Energies for Aries. All right, Aries, I think that's pretty good. Let's cut the deck and begin your messages to see what is coming up. And we're going to start off with the very first card for you, and that's Judge. Well, no, it's not the first card. These cards are sticking. I'm sorry. The first card for you is the Seven of Pentacles. So some of you are putting in the grind this week, working hard for those coins, as I always say. Some of you may be receiving a pay raise, or many options could be opening up for you in different areas of your life this week. Always be on the lookout for anything opportunistic. Okay, that's the Seven of Pentacles. Or the Seven of Pentacles could be regarded as your financial situation improving or about to improve as well. Next card up is the Judgment card that was sticking to the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles is my, well, no, I'm sorry. The Judgment card, Major Arcana, is my awakening card. So things that are arisen or that were hidden from you come to the forefront. So it could be in any means of self-discovery. Some things that you discover about yourself that you didn't know before could be positive or negative, Aries. Some things that you discover about others that could be positive or negative. You may be moving forward with something that you may not have ample opportunity or resources from in the past this week with this card showing up here. There's also an element of spiritual protection of energy surrounding you this week. Making sure, though, this card still represents the card of karma, that you are always moving forward, Aries, with a positive sense of self and a positive sense of energy towards others, and you shouldn't have any problems because, you know, what you put out there is what you're going to get back. Karma always repays its debt, whether it's good or bad. Following the Judgment card here, now we have the Four of Cups. So some of you are socializing this week with family members, friends, romantic partners, and some of that socializing could take place at diners or restaurant. Equal number of cups here. So mostly what you give is what you're going to get back. Celebrating birthdays and anniversaries also too come underneath the Four of Cups. Now we have the Five of Swords here. In this instance, some Rams that I'm reading for have to be careful of the words that are coming out of your mouth this week in terms of communication with others. You have the people back here in the background. Their back is to you. You're taking that sword down your, and I always get that, you know, with this particular deck that I use, that she's cutting her tongue, that she has to be either, she said something sharp already that hurt someone or insulted someone, or she's about to, or maybe she's saving herself from having to say something to someone that, you know, she is about to interact with this week. Now, that could be family members, friends, romantic partners. So be careful here. That's a warning. The Five of Swords that I read also, too, could be that someone could be playing in your, you know, with your mind or in your headspace. So don't allow that to occur. Maybe that's why she's cutting her tongue. Also, there could be something that you hold or possess, Aries, that someone is envious of. All right, following the Five of Swords here, now we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords here is overthinking about a situation, person, or event too much, having to deal with some sort of unresolved conflicting energies, whether it's related to your recent or your distant past, seeking some sort of relief through either the means of prescription medications for depression or anxiety, non-prescription medication that could be drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, weed smoking, whatever is going to help you through the days or the night. This is a lot of pain and suffering that may be taking place in silence. And whenever I get that, it could be that, people around you may not even be aware that you are carrying on such a burden, because you're, suppressing it, you're keeping it inside. But also, too, it could be seen because of the Five of Swords presence in your spread Aries. That's the reduction of the Nine of Swords energy. So if the Nine of Swords affects you or impacts you, and keep in mind that I always remind you guys that because I lay these cards down in a sequential order doesn't mean that the order of energy opens up that way. These cards can express themselves however they want at any time that they want. So this could be seen as the reduction of working on this, right? Right? And if it's not something that expresses itself towards you, Aries, it could be someone that you're connected to. And then, of course, always pick up incarceration, that this person's may be someone that you know that's incarcerated, locked up behind bars, and then it becomes their Nine of Swords energy. This is a card that's normally, um, LWB description, betrayals, deceit, shame, okay, cheating, lies, affairs. It's a very nasty card, but I am going to throw a clarifier on that card. I was sitting there thinking that I wasn't. But let's see. Why did the Nine of Swords show up here for Aries reading? Why is that Nine of Swords here? Why did that Nine of Swords show up here? Give us some more information. All right, so Aries, it could have shown up here for this reason, and it could be that, okay, so the major arcana, the Hierophant. Oh, maybe it's somebody who, oh, there's several things. There's several things that I could come up with. It might be somebody who has some sort of, is definitely dealing with some sort of unresolved, repressed energy. So it could be spiritual, right? Someone having to deal with some sort of conflicting energies when it comes to not only spiritual energies, but it could be their own religion, the way they were raised. Maybe they were raised strictly up in religion, and maybe there's some sort of conflicting energy going on here, and something that you're dealing with at this present moment. So it's like that's why you're having the conflicting energies. Maybe so you have to look at the energies of this Hierophant here, teaching and learning. Maybe there's some sort of energy related to some sort of um, repressed energies related to some sort of teaching, learning, or maybe it's, uh, you know, um, having to deal with higher learning or education. Maybe there was something going on now. See, I don't like to go too deep with these readings here, but maybe it's someone who's dealing with or struggling with someone who may have abused them sexually, and it's coming from the institutions. Higher learning could be, from school, grade school, kindergarten, could be college, high school, junior high, religious sect. Maybe it was somebody in a religious who had a religious background, and someone is. Remember, I said the Nine of Swords is a lot of pain and suffering and silence. Some people may not even know what you're suffering from or why you're dealing with that. Now, keep in mind, Pisces, Aries, this is just what I come up with, okay? Like I said, I don't like to do readings to scare people. I really like to try to do readings to uplift you and, you know, um, make them to be positive. But I only can tell you what I see. I feel that there's somebody who is struggling with those things that I just mentioned. So, okay, let's move away from that. The next card up here for you is the Ten of Wands. And some of you are just being very busy this week doing the things that you need to, take care of, whether it's on your plate or not. This is the one of the busy bees, but this is the highest busy bee. So you're going to be extremely busy. Following that is the Ace of Wands. Something could come in real fast here for you, Aries, to put a smile on your face. This is the card of initiation. So you may begin a new relationship. It's passion, beginning stages of passion. Always an element of surprise. Could be a new creative pursuit when it comes to a hobby. All right. Following the Ace of Wands, now we have the Nine of Cups. What you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for. This is the wish fulfillment card. May come to you, may manifest for you this week. It's the yes answer directly to any romantic questions that you have. However, it is not an even number of cups, but it's still powerful in terms of its emotional, giving and taking. What you give is what you're going to get back. But also too, because the Nine of Cups is the second card that I use in terms of equating it with the Star card. The Chariot is the other one. Then there's, not only the hopes, dreams, and wishes becoming fulfilled and manifested, but feeling dreamy, stargazing this week. Could be dream journaling, social media, social networking. To receive the Nine of Cups, because it's in a group of cards here, Aries, that I always say, if it shows up in your spread, then you're already getting some benefit out of a connection, whether it's romance, family, platonic. And yes, it could be co-workers. Sits underneath the other card of cups, the Four of Cups. And this is, could be just spending that good quality time with friends. Up next here, now look at that. We got the Star card. Boom. Okay, so again, these two cards here, this is more powerful, but I equate this with the Nine of Cups with the Star card. So you have a double dose of star energy here this week, Aries. So again, what you're hoping for, wishing for, praying for may come to pass. Starry eye, dreamy eye, dream journaling. In this case, still, it would be any types of developments being expanded when it comes to your own psychic energy. Focusing your energy, however, on one or two things this week shouldn't have any problem. If you don't, then you'll feel like the stars scattered in the heavens. That's energy, and that's the energy of feeling like you're here, there, and everywhere. Nope, just stay focused and centralized on a couple things, and you should be okay. So not only meeting someone famous, um, psychic abilities, expansion, or developing, meeting, yeah. Something else I wanted to say. It could be, dream journaling. All right. All right, so up next here for you, Aries, we have the Magician. The Magician, two sides that I read of the Magician, Major Arcana. And the first side is manifesting your wants and your desires. So again, if you're in the form of prayers, mantras, affirmations, throw the energy out there to the universe or whoever it is that you pray to. Leave it alone. Just stay in alignment with it and just going about your business. The hardest part to manifesting any wants or desires is having to have faith and belief that it's going to come to you. All right. That's the positive side. The negative end here, we still have to be careful, Aries, around strangers, people that we know, family members, friends, or romantic partner who are just into manipulation, controlling, and extracting. Know the difference. Be discerning when you know someone is trying to take from you, pull the wool over your eyes, etc. All right. Additional messages here for you in the spread is the Four of Pentacles. In this case, you are could be receiving a small pay raise, but also too there's something that you need to release and let go because you're holding on to it too tight. Now that could be love and affection, but it could also be something else. Um, so yeah, small pay raise, saving up for something greater. That's the Four of Pentacles. Following the Four of Pentacles, now we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is about those Aries who are, engaged and committed partnerships as we speak. Of course, you're getting out of that relationship and that which you are putting in. You're on the same page. You're seeing eye to eye with one another, sharing the same likeness. This Two of Cups here is very romantic, and it has the ability to be the card that is for those single Aries out there, specifically the first invite out on a date. And then also too, has the emphasis of uniting, formulating romantic partnerships, bringing them together. Last card here for you, Aries, is the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is some sort of recognition that may come your way. That could be a small pay raise to your employer if you've done something in collaboration with a coworker, or if this is outside of work and you've done something on your own. Usually, some sort of form of recognition, congratulations, thank you, or small pay raise, job well done. All of that may fall into play. Also, with the Three of Pentacles, I always get that you may be introduced to somebody new, and then also to workplace love affairs and attraction. So the energies are going up for the 28th. So by Wednesday, whatever Wednesday's date, it's usually 3 days. There may be something in form of a recognition coming your way. All right. This is what I have for you this week, Aries. Just me interpreting these messages for you. Take what's going to work for you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Trying to reach that goal of 500 plus so that I can do more things for you. You guys have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Aries. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.